Fryer. Getting a little bit higher, higher. Fryer, fryer. Getting a little bit higher, higher. Fryer, fryer. Getting a little bit higher, higher. Trash piles of dead niggas, worms and maggots. Most claim B&G's a bunch of punks and faggots. They were all watered down, but I'm so wet seeing murder after murder on my TV set. Yes, they killed Jeffrey Dahmer, but I'm not locked up. Brain stalker night walk, you know the world is fucked. I hear voices in my head. Voices speak. Roam the streets, you must kill. Kill, you must eat. So I do as I says. What I say? I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? But I thought it'd be, you know what I'm saying, the right thing to start this here off with that there, man. But yeah, man, it's your boy. He's elite back on the Trillgear.biz, man. Perpetuating the algebra, fucking around, trying to get it popping. Ain't no stopping. Whoever in here, don't be alarmed, don't be afraid. It's me. I ain't tripping. Don't be scared. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, yeah. We got that light popping right there. Then we're gonna get this light popping right here. Boom. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's see. That's too much light. Turn this one off. Let me see. Turn this one off. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Now let's get that one back on and let's get the lights. There we go. Lights, camera, action. What it is, man, it's your boy. He's elite representing the Trillgear.biz. I see Jesus Trevino in here and I see Zay Sanchez already in the building, man. We're going to get into it. Yeah, we're talking about something tonight. We're talking about something catching the algebra. Yeah, I went back on my job today and I started catching the algebra. Y'all see the last couple of videos I just dropped. They caught the algebra. I don't know if the one that I just dropped caught the algebra, but I will, you know what I'm saying, do what I gotta do. I ain't no hobo. Yeah, I ain't no hobo. But yeah, but we in here to talk about who and was surprised that so many people didn't know about OJD. Yeah, who's surprised that people didn't know about OJD? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, man. Yeah, who's surprised? Okay, let me see. The chat was disconnected. Okay, it's back connected. Yeah, we talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, man. And I'm quite surprised that a lot of people in 2022 was, how could I say, just introduced to the whole Jeffrey Dahmer thing with the new Netflix series. You see what I'm saying? Like, I talked to some people and they told me it was their first time even hearing about that. And that tripped me out. And just looking at social media, you know what I mean? Looking at social media, I see that people like kind of brand new to the whole subject. I know it was a very long time ago. Let me see. Yeah, that algebra waking up. Yeah, that algebra ain't dead. Somebody do my math for me right now. Yeah, 1991 subtracted 3022 is 40 years. Nah, I don't know. Somebody do my math for me right now. 1991 subtract from 3022. That's carried, you know what I'm saying? 10 years. Nah, somebody help me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know y'all missed that right there. Oh, yeah, y'all missed that right there. Let me see, Zay. Let me see. Be honest, I never looked, no, you never looked them up. Okay, that was 30 years ago. Zay say he never looked them up. Well, the news was so big and the crimes were so horrendous that the media coverage on it was in a frenzy. So 30 years ago, so that I could imagine somebody that was like, you know, maybe 5 or something like that 30 years ago, you know, being a kid, maybe they wasn't abreast on it because they wasn't checking out the world affairs and the world news. You see what I'm saying? But for me, you did, let me see, show had me like, what the hell? Come on, man. But hey, Zeus, you about 20. Oh yeah, you wasn't even born. Yeah, you was long gone like a chicken through the comb. Yeah, you just came back. See, you wasn't even here. See, you was here, but then you left, but then you came back. Yeah, you just made it back 25 years ago. Yeah, hey, what it is, Kendrick Wynn, was you abreast upon uh Jeffrey Dahmer? You know what I'm saying? Was you up on Jeffrey Dahmer? Was you upon Jeffrey Dahmer whole situation? You know what I'm saying? Unless you young too, I can understand. Like if you really young too, yeah, you probably wasn't here anyway. Like Jesus Trevino wasn't even here. Like, let me see. Hey, let me see. Imagine walking into the stank ass apartment and open up the fridge and seeing a whole ass. It got, come on, man. Nigga had a whole Kagohi in that motherfucker. That nigga had a capsule gray skull off in that bitch. Nah, but that shit ain't even nothing to be funny about. But on some real nigga shit, I want to ask you a serious question, Jesus Trevino, no disinfect. If you wasn't here 25 years ago, where was you at? Huh? You here now? So where was you at 25 years ago if you wasn't here? Answer the question, Jesus Trevino. Where were you? Because you're here now. So 25 years ago, where were you? What were you doing? Huh? Yeah, ask yourself that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Yeah, that's that shit. That shit. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah. Perfect answer. Hell yeah. Perfect motherfucking answer. That nigga that was in the metaverse. Yeah. I was in the metaverse. Natural born killers. That was them being spooky, but they laid there, you understand, was talking about that little couple that was supposedly, I guess they was a spinoff of Bonnie and Clyde. That cat that played on White Men Can't Jump, Woody Harrell or Woody, I don't know his name, but him and that chick, they played the Natural Born Killers. And then, you know what I'm saying, Ice Cube and them had their record. It was jamming, boom, ping, ping, bada ping. I remember that shit. Them niggas was sitting on the throne with some skulls under it. Let me see. Yeah, Jeffrey was tripping, man. Yeah, tripping like a motherfucker. Yeah, so that was 29 years ago. So that would make me about, damn, I was old in the motherfucker. I thought I was young and dumb. Now I was about I was a teenager. Let me just say that. I was a teenager, and so those lyrics that I spoke before I started the live, that's a song we did way back then. It was called Friar. And please forgive me, and I apologize, but let me see. It's crazy that when Jeffrey D was doing that foul shit, there were more doing the same thing like John Gracie and the clown dude. Yeah. Them boys, hey man, it's some people out here that was raised with a different type situation. The DNA and the structure of the systematic nucleus, neutrons, virus stimulation, animation in 3D. You see what I'm saying? Now, you follow? No, you bet not. But now I'm just saying, like the makeup of people in their brain, like their nervous system, like, man, we never know what people are being triggered by and what they going through or who they are. Because like one of my partners pointed out earlier today, he like, man, you was raised in a family of love. These demons, a lot of these demons out here, man, They was raised different. You know, you never know what the hell was going on. Let me see. Yeah, scam them nation. Yeah, man, straight up scam them nation during the scamdemic. You never know what these people with the ingredients of these people when they're being raised, how these monsters are cultivated. Like, you just don't, you can't just born like that. There's something that occurred that had to trigger that human being to turn into that type of monster. That's what I would think. Some kind of traumatic event took place, something that shocked the psyche and expanded it to that really deep, dark, torturous place in his mind. Let me see. I was 11, but living in the hood and tripping out things I was seeing. Yeah, living in the hood back then was like seeing monsters roaming the streets. You know what I'm saying? Really easy, like, because back in the hood, you know what I'm saying, it was a different beast. It was crack cocaine affecting the households and whatnot, turning people into gargoyles and motherfucking zombies. You know what I mean? I'm talking about people who once held down great jobs and had households and shit, had a household, smoked that crack and shit, went from being farmer and manager on the job to goddamn farming and managing to find some crack to smoke. You know what I'm saying? Went from motherfucking the Hollywood Hills to them raggedy ass hills. Yeah, so back then it was a different thing going on. But yeah, I was abreast upon the whole situation because around that time I was doing experimental drugs. You see what I'm saying? Around that time I was doing experimental drugs. And unfortunately, when I heard about the story or whatever, even though it was really gruesome, and I wouldn't wish that upon nobody, but it was somewhat fascinating to my young mind. You know what I mean? Like looking at the individual, he looks harmless. You know what I mean? So face value, we can't judge these demons from face value because a demon could smile at you and you think it's just a human being, you know what I mean? But behind that mask, what's really going on inside of the mind of that lunatic? And that guy was really, really sick. I don't even think I can say really, really sick, and that measures how sick he really was. But a lot of people I discovered in the past few days who started watching the Netflix series. I'm promoting Netflix like they gave me a couple of dollars. But yeah, people who started watching that Netflix series started registering back on their posts like, yeah, man, I didn't know nothing about this. Oh man, this is something else, this and that, this and that. And it was very surprising to me that so many people that I was friends with on social sites was like, this is brand new to them. Like, it's so much, I don't know, man. I guess whatever you register with that you kind of tap into. So it's just so much media out there on that story that I'm in my little bubble thinking that everybody knew about the guy. You know what I mean? But I won't continue watching the series. Me personally, I'm kind of abreast upon the story, and I was, as I say, unfortunately, I'm not gonna say fascinated, but I was kind of magnetized to the story because it was just so gruesome that you trying to figure out like how the fuck a human being come up with some shit like that, like cannibalism with the, oh man, it's too much going on, man. But now I don't want to watch the story anymore. I watched it for years. I watched the documentaries. I watched him in interviews. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of interviews on YouTube and different places that, you know what I'm saying, he sit and give a candid description of what was going on in his mind and some things that was taking place. And it blows me away. It really blows me away because his demeanor is not of which you think a monster would be. but he's totally, well, he was a freaking freak of nature, a fucking monster. You know what I mean? Let me see what they say. Me either, Heezy. I saw one episode and I'm done. One and done. Yeah, one and done. Yeah, I turned it on. And then when I seen the victim, that homie who got away, when I seen him doing the worm for that $100, nah. When I seen him doing the worm for that $50, you know, he say he wasn't like this here, but a man offered him in Netflix series, they said, well, $50 to come take some pictures. You know what I mean? He like offered him $50 to come take some pictures at his house or his apartment. But when he was on the witness stand, he said that old JD offered him $100 to come take some lewd pictures, maybe some nude pictures. I don't know what kind of pictures it was. But he also said on the witness stand that he wasn't, you know what I'm saying, sugary. He said he wasn't LGRIPQTWXYZ Ozarka. Yeah, he said he wasn't that way. But what straight man will go with another man to his humble abode to take pictures for $50? Like, nah, nigga, you ain't straight, nigga. But you're not on trial here, sir. So your sexuality is not on trial here, sir. But nah, ain't no real nigga going with no nigga nowhere to take pictures of him for $50 unless he a rapper. Nah. You know, unless he a rapper, he gonna do a photo shoot. Nah. But nah, you picking up a nigga huh? Let me see. He was doing the worm. Yeah, nigga was doing the worm for a hot 20. Now he said it was $100. He said he offered him $100. In real life, he said he offered him $100. But come on, man, who in the hell gonna go with it? Man, niggas ain't, man. Listen, nigga. Offer a nigga $100, nigga, I'm finna knock your teeth out, nigga. You know what I mean? Nigga, don't offer me no $100 for no, you know what I'm saying? My nigga, get the fuck away from me. Like that bring me to one of my personal stories. When I was coming up, I met a couple of weird individuals. I remember when we were children. When we were young, nigga might just burst out in song for that algebra. Come on, man, that motherfucker. Come back, you dirty black. You know what I mean? But now, long gone like a chicken through the cone. But yeah, so check it out. When we were kids, belonging felt good, but having respect was even better. You know what I mean? But yeah, let me see what my player partner say. Didn't matter what their orientation was, they didn't deserve that to happen to them. Nah, you're exactly right. I agree. It don't matter which way they were swinging it and how much they was offered. They didn't deserve to be mutilated and maimed that way. God bless the souls of those people who lost their lives in that horrendous way. I'm not here to make any highlight fun of that or anything. I'm just perpetuating the algebra because Netflix series is a hot topic right now. But yeah, that happened 30 years ago, and God bless all the people, family that was affected by that monster. You know what I'm saying? But let me get back to my story. Let me get on down now. So look, man, we was going to the I'll be honest with you, I don't know where we was going. All I know is we would ask our mama, could we go play? Now, in her mind, us going play really consisted of us going a street backwards. Us going play consisted of us going a street backwards, coming out the yard, busting the right, and going down the avenue one street backwards. Normally, that's what we was playing at. Now, if we wasn't going to play right there, we would have to say, okay, we're going to such and such house, and we would have to describe how far that was. But when we wanted to kind of like have free reign and just go wherever, we just say we go and play. And like I said, we go and play really meant a street behind, and you know what I'm saying, probably like 1 block away. Well, that day we didn't go 1 block away. This day we voyaged out. It was about 4 or 5 of us. We voyaged off, man. We were like really young too. And to be honest with you, man, we really shouldn't have been that far away from home. We really shouldn't have been that far away from home. We were probably about, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, we was probably about 13 blocks. 13 pulled off the blocks. 13 pulled off the blocks is a pretty long way for some children. You know what I mean? We was about 13 blocks away from home, just voyaging around, doing some shit. But this one street we would pass down, we always, sometime when we would go do this voyage, we turned down this one street, and it was this one house sitting there. And we turned down that street. And when we turned down that street, it'd be an old white man sitting out there with a wife beater on and some boxer drawers. So we come up on the fool, and he talking about, y'all want some candy? Y'all want some candy? You know what I'm saying? We little kids. We don't know no better. We damn near thinking like, yeah, we want some candy. But then one of us had to be smart. One of us had to be smart. You did? So when the other kids was kind of going towards the nigga house, like in his yard, I was kind of watching them like this don't look right. This is weird. This old fat white man sitting on his porch with a newspaper and some candy, offering it to just stray kids walking down the street. So I tell them, nah, y'all come back. Y'all come back. Fuck that. We don't want no candy. You know what I'm saying? And so now he's staying up. Man, this nigga in his boxer drawers and shit. And he pursuing us now. You dig? So I gather them and we take off running. Boom. So we talk about it. We kids, but it just don't look right, don't feel right, and it just ain't right. So they're like, man, he was gonna give us candy. I'm like, man, fuck that. That nigga on some bullshit. You see what I'm saying? So they're like, when we walk back, we not gonna go that way. I'm like, you right. We're gonna go another way. So we went and did whatever we was doing, and we went back home. Nothing happened. Now we said again, when we was going on that voyage, we're gonna go by that nigga house. Yeah. We gonna go by that nigga house. But this time, yeah, we got that ammunition. We got them rocks. You did. We got them PA rocks. We got them rocks where the streets start breaking and if you done been to PA, nigga, when the streets break, nigga, the streets, I'm talking about potholes big as a motherfucker in that motherfucker, nigga. I'm talking about you can cook a whole gumbo in the motherfucking potholes, nigga. Nigga, you can roast a Hawaiian pig in them potholes in the streets of Port Arthur. Yeah, nigga. So yeah, so we went on back through there, right? And just like we thought, that nigga sitting on the porch in his drawers. And that nigga came out with that whole, hey, little boys, y'all want some candy? Huh? Y'all want some candy? Come here, little boy. Come here and get this candy. Man, I said, fire! Boy, we launched the motherfucking assault on that bitch. All you heard was incoming. Sure. Nigga, we were banging their bitch ass up. Nigga, we must have launched on that motherfucker probably about 15, 20 motherfucking stones, nigga. That nigga had a pocket full of stones for real, bitch ass nigga. Then he started coming toward us, and guess what we did? When that nigga started coming towards us, nigga, we stood right there in the motherfucking street, say, bring your bitch ass on, nigga. Nigga, we about, man, we wasn't no more than 10, 11, 12. Nigga, we wasn't no more than 12. But it was about 4 of us. And we told that nigga, bring your bitch ass on. That old bitch ass nigga went in the house. Yeah, man. So yeah, it's some creepy ass niggas out there, man. Straight up stranger danger, man. That nigga was trying to, you know what I'm saying, lure little kids in with some goddamn candy, but he had the right motherfucking kids. He had some motherfucking hood kids, you know what I'm saying? Straight out the motherfucking hood. Niggas was raw, niggas was dangerous. Hey, we wasn't no killer kids. We wasn't no killer kids, but we wasn't no little pussy ass kids. You know what I mean? You couldn't just fiddle around with us like no little tickle and poke little. We wasn't no little tickle me Elmo looking ass kids, nigga. We was them kids that was thinking about some retaliation and shit, even as a little child, nigga. I want to rock right now. I want to rock right now. I want to rock right here, nigga. We put the rocks on that bitch ass nigga. But later on in life, when I got about, let me see, I had to be about 18, 19. I had to be about 18, 19. Nah, 17, 18. It was this old white dude in my hood. He had this raggedy ass house. And he had this little raggedy ass truck, and he would park out in front of that bitch during the evening, drinking them beers. He'd be drinking them beers like Jeffrey Dahmer. Hey, Budweiser got them a hell of a plug in that series. Yeah, they finna sell like a motherfucker. And I seen some Miller Genuine Draft in that motherfucker. But yeah, fuck all that. So he be sitting there drinking beer all day, you know what I'm saying, after he go work or whatever. So one day I'm leaving the hood going to do my thug thizzle. And he like, say, man, you want to hustle with me one day? Make about $50. He ain't say nothing about, do you want to take pictures? He say, do you want to hustle with me? And I'm like, you know, what you talking about? He like, I do clean up and carry away. I do odd jobs. I do painting, and I do, you know, strip and paint out people's houses. And I make, you know what I'm saying, a couple $100 a day. I could pay you about $50 a day, boom, 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 unless we make more. And I do scrapping. I ain't really know what scrapping was, but nigga was really a junk nigga. But yeah, man, so basically, he like, I could pay you $50 today if you want. I'm like, hell yeah. So I hop in with the food, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no lunch. I ain't got no plan. All I know is I'm finna go hustle with this fool. He stay like, let me see. He stay a block. He stay a block and a half down. He live a block and a half down. So he live 1 block. Yeah, he live at 1 block and a half down. And I see the food all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm always, you know, passing by his house with him. So I go with the food, and you know, he take me on some little odd job shit. We scrape some paint off some shit. He repaint a couple of pieces of trimming and whatnot. And then he haul off some shit. And then we done for the day. Nigga kept his word, gave me $50. So after he gave me $50, he backed up in his driveway like he normally do. And he went in the house and he got a couple cold beers. And he came out and he handed me a cold beer. I'm like, hey, I appreciate it. I'm gonna take my beer to go. You're like, hey, holler at me tomorrow if you want to make some more money. I'm like, you know, shit, might as well. I'm like, what time? He like, come through here by this time. I'm like, okay, cool. I go on by my business, go do what I'm doing, whoop, whoop, blip, the blam. And then the next day, I go back through there, you know what I'm saying? I'm 16, 17 years old. He right there waiting on me. Boom, we burn off. We go do some scrapping and some copper. We do some aluminum selling. We really petty hustling, man. We petty hustling, but we turning $1, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, blam, he gave me another $50. He do the same shit. He back in the driveway. go in the house, get a couple beers, hand me one. I'm like, I'm gonna take my beer to go. You know what I mean? He like, oh, okay, that's what's up. I took my beer to go. He like, hey, you want to hustle tomorrow? Come back. I'm like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? I done made damn near $100 with this nigga for about 3-4 hours worth of work one day, 3-4 hours worth of work the next day. So yeah, I'm finna see what's up. So the next day, we go do some more shit. We do some stripping and chipping and painting. We do a little fence work for somebody. Boom, boom, boom. Nigga, give me $60. I'm like, oh yeah, cutting. It's going down. You got work tomorrow too. You know what I'm saying? He like, yeah, I'll be having something to do every day. I'll be lining something up, hauling off this and that, going to the city dump, whatever. So we back up in his house like we normally do, back up in the yard. He go in the house and he get 4 beers. He get 4 beers, you did, and he sit 2 in the middle, and he had me one, and he popped one, and I'm finna pull my regular shit after I got paid. Hey, I'ma holler at you. I'm gonna take my shit to go. You see what I'm saying? He like, man, won't you chill with me for a second, man? Let's chop it up for a second. And I'm like, shit, the beer cold. Fuck it. I just made, you know what I'm saying, about $170 with this nigga, you know what I mean, in a couple days or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, what's up? So I'm drinking my beer, chilling. And he little old S10 truck, no big deal and shit. I'm drinking my beer, chilling, and he talking about this and that. He always wore like dark shades and shit and a little dirty ass hat. And he talking and shit, and he talking about the future work, and he could use my help, you know what I'm saying, if I want to make some consistent money. All I gotta do is just do what I'm doing, showing up, and we're gonna go get it. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool and shit. So after I kill my first beer, I'm about ready to go ahead and vamp. I'm about to leave anyway. So I'm finna grab a second one, like I'm gonna take this one to go. And nigga like, man, come on, man. Just I ain't got 1 second, man. I'm like, I say, fuck it, I'm gonna drink this second beer. I grabbed a second beer. That nigga said, man, that's what I'm talking about. And that nigga put his motherfucking hand like this here on my motherfucking thigh, man. That nigga put his hand on my motherfucking thigh. I say, oh, this bitch ass nigga on some fuck shit. Man, nigga, get your motherfucking hand off me. Bitch ass nigga. Man, I hopped out that motherfucking truck was so raggedy, nigga. I hopped out that motherfucker, nigga. I went around, I told that nigga, bitch ass nigga, I'll beat your whole ass out of here. What the fuck wrong with you? Nah, what you talking about? What you talking about? I say, nigga, you on that. Nigga, you on that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you on that sugar shit. Nigga, I started to hit that nigga in the head with that can of beer, but it was cold. You know what I'm saying? So I checked the shit out of his ass. I said, man, fuck you, man. Nigga ain't coming back around here fucking with you on nothing no more. You know what I'm saying? And I went on about my business. And I see the fool, and nigga turn his head when he see me, you know what I'm saying? So one day, this was a little while later, I see one of my partners, one of my little young partners, he passed away, RIP. He started riding with that fool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if he ride with that fool for probably more than 2-3 days, something wrong. You know what I mean? Because the nigga wasn't going, the nigga, if a nigga like that, nigga gonna come at somebody. What he doing, he trying to test to see, you know what I'm saying, who gonna let this shit go. And so, man, I seen my little partner riding around with that nigga for months. And I told him, I said, man, look, that nigga, they on some weird nigga shit. And that nigga started taking up for that nigga. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna put some distance between me and you too, weird nigga. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, some sick individuals out there, man. Y'all talk to y'all kids, you know, really, really close on a daily basis and ask them about, you know what I'm saying, the people they come in contact with, man, because this is a really crazy world we living in. And I thank God, you know what I'm saying, I grew up in the 80s. Community, if community knew that you was rocking a certain type of way, the whole community would get down on your ass, you know what I mean? Now, we did have a couple niggas, yeah, them boys on that sugar, man. Them boys got that sugar in their tank. But we did have a couple niggas that used to roam the streets, you know what I'm saying, that was out of their motherfucking mind. Like they used to have a nigga, I don't mean no disinfect. I know there's some niggas kinfolk, but they know the story. Nigga named Jack Bennett, man, old school nigga, used to be walking the streets, you know what I'm saying? Talking like this. I don't know I don't know how that nigga lost his mind, but that nigga used to terrify the kids, man. You know what I'm saying? That nigga used to chase the kids, man. But one day it tripped me out because my daddy, man, my real daddy, when I was a kid, when I was a little child, my real daddy picked me up one day and he took me to a house and Jack Bennett came out. I was afraid because I was wondering, is Jack Bennett gonna attack my dad? But Jack Bennett came out and he sat on the porch with my daddy, and my daddy and Jack Bennett had a real conversation. That fucked my head up. Because what we knew of Jack Bennett was a nigga walking down the street looking like he needed to shave and need a haircut. You know what I mean? Dragging his motherfucking feet like a mummy, mumbling and shit, chasing niggas and shit, drooling out from the mouth. So I didn't understand how my daddy and Jack Bennett actually had a real live conversation. But that's something I'll never forget because when he knocked on the door and the man came out, I was like, oh shit, Jack Bennett finna get my daddy. But they greeted each other like partners and they sat on the porch and they rapped the taste like he was actually putting together real words. So I'm trying to understand what the fuck was this whole thing he was doing chasing the kids when a nigga could put together real sentences. I don't know, man, but niggas from my hood know what I'm talking about. Well, one particular time, I think I maybe mentioned this to y'all before. We was in elementary school and Jack Bennett paid us a visit. School was about to let out, and word on the streets throughout the hallways was ringing that Jack Bennett was raining terror through the motherfucking elementary school. They say Jack Bennett was in the hallways raining terror, man. You know what I mean? But look, when I think about it, all he was doing was like walking through the hallways, looking through people's clothes, like, like, and everybody was scared. Like this nigga was a werewolf or something. Like I don't even get it. Like right now today, when I think about it, I'm gonna have to ask a PA nigga, why were we so scared of Jack Bennett? Like he was sliding his fucking feet across the ground. He was moving slow as a bitch. He never could catch nobody. And all he would do is just say, ooh, like, I don't know, man. Niggas is spooked out, man. Niggas is spooked out. But yeah, man. So yeah, they say Jack Bennett was moving through the hallways, raining terror through the city. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, but see, that's the thing, Jesus. What if he was walking through the halls actually looking for a little kid that was maybe his nephew or even son or even a grandkid, or he was the guardian of some little child at the school. Ain't nobody know why Jack Bennett was there, but everybody felt like Jack Bennett had no business being there, and he was raining terror through the school. So word traveled fast. Everybody in their desk and ain't knowing 3:30 is about to come, and Jack Bennett could be lurking in every hall. How could he be in every hall all at one time? Who knows? But maybe he in some. You just hoping he not in your hall. You. Yeah, hey, that nigga moving like a sloth, huh? That nigga moving like a sloth, and everybody's scared. Nigga moving slow as a sloth. The nigga scared in the motherfucker. But yeah, so how many classrooms is it? We're talking about kindergarten all the way up to 5th grade. everybody's on shock. Everybody's shook because supposedly Jack Bennett is raining terror through the hall, dragging his motherfucking slides across the floor to my, you know what I'm saying? So everybody is like scared when 3:30 hit because you know we don't know what's gonna go on. Some of us really want to see him, but hey, he was like a celebrity, you know what I mean? We wanted to see him, but we just didn't want to be caught by him because we don't know what he was gonna do. Maybe he just wanted to give us a wedgie or something or a noogie or something. Maybe he just wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what he wanted, but nobody wanted to stick. Maybe he had something to tell us. I don't know. Maybe he was a motherfucking what's the motherfucker? Maybe he was a goddamn what they call them niggas be knocking on your door talking about have you accepted Jesus Christ? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know who he was or what he was about or shit. Somebody need to tell me. I need to ask somebody. But we half-ass wanted to see him to make sure that the urban legend was true, that he was actually raining terror through the halls. But then we wanted to play race with the nigga, you know, we didn't want to get caught. So ring, ling, 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 the motherfucking bell ring, and everybody come out, and everybody in motherfucking panic mode. Niggas all got their backs to the lockers and shit. Niggas scaling the lockers, and niggas got their Spider-Man on. Some niggas just taking off running and shit. Then somebody playing game to my, oh, look, Jack Bennett, and everybody scream and break out like somebody got a gun or some shit. And everybody just going crazy. So finally, we don't see him, and we kind of like leery that he might be there. And then finally, we go down this one hall right by the lunchroom, and there was by the cafeteria, there was a hall. That's where the lost and found used to be. Down that hall right there, the lost and found was down there. It was a big old wooden bin full of clothes and all kind of shit. If you were poor and broke, you actually can go down there and come up. If you was poor and broke, you actually could go down there and come up like you were at a thrift store. Come on, man. I used to check the lost and found every now and again trying to find me something good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so you go down that hall right there. It was a big old bin. It was the lost and found. But ain't nobody was down that hall, and we were coming down the adjacent hall about to pass up the cafeteria. So when we was coming down that adjacent hall about to pass up the cafeteria, lo and behold, all of a sudden, the motherfucking Kubla Claw, goddamn Jack Bennett jumped out. Oh my God, the whole hallway went hammered. Man, what the hell? Everybody running and going crazy. He done fucked around and see the slob motherfucking abominable snowman, then chase some nigga in the motherfucking restroom. Hey, he wasn't even running, but I don't know. The little kid thought like, okay, I'm gonna run in the restroom. So the little kid ran in the restroom and fuck, Jack Bennett came behind him. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody know what was going on. I don't think he did it, man, because you know, probably within a couple of seconds, the little kid shot out of there like a motherfucking cat closed in a closed area. Boom! You know what I'm saying? And Jack Bennett come about that bitch. He coming. He revving that motherfucker up. Everybody like, oh, everybody. I'm talking about this total chaos, nigga. I'm talking about like Godzilla around that motherfucker. And that nigga sliding them old rusty ass motherfucking feet across the street, and everybody running and going crazy, cars pulling off, teachers going crazy, little kids screaming in pure terror. Ah, Jack Bennett. And he walks to the middle of the boulevard. He walks to the middle of the boulevard, and he pulls out a knife. And that's when everybody went bananas. He pulls out a knife, and I say, damn. All the while, he wanted to get close to us so maybe he could stab one of us. But he pulled out the knife, and he looked at everybody, and one last time he said, kind of sounded like Master P. Nah, 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 nah. Make him say, nah, nah, nah. You know what I'm saying? That nigga hit that hoe, and everybody was, throwing their motherfucking hands up, man. It's Jack Bennett, baby. Nigga like a motherfucking hood celebrity. Nah, but that nigga pulled that knife out, man, and everybody just knew it. He always wanted to get somebody. And what he would do next, still baffles me to this day. Jack Bennett took that knife and turned it this way on some Shaolin monk shit. And he swung that bitch around like a windmill. Bow! And stabbed himself in the ass. Stabbed himself in the ass 2-3 times. Like cartoon. Bang, bang, bang. Y'all niggas think I'm playing. But that nigga shanked himself in the ass about 3 times. And still to this day, somebody who can that nigga gonna see this video and be mad at me. But all I want to know is why. Don't be mad at me. I just want to know why. You don't owe, I don't mean no disinfect. This my motherfucker. Hey, Tales from the hood. Okay. Yeah, OG Preston, what up? Nah, this real shit. I know this shit sound like a motherfucking movie, but nah, this real shit. And the crazy thing about it, all my classmates could attest to this shit that was there. They'll tell you this same motherfucking story. They might not tell it this motherfucking good. Yeah, my nigga. Trevino, they might not tell it this motherfucking good, but they'll tell you that same motherfucking story. But look out, man. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for coming through tonight, man. Yeah, there was a lot of people that wasn't up on the story of Jeffrey Dahmer, man. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna watch that shit. Listen, this is another thing I ain't finna watch. I am not finna watch that motherfucking Mike Tyson story. On Hulu, I'm not finna watch that motherfucking Mike Tyson story. That nigga look like a nigga I know from the hood in Port Arthur, talking about some Mike Tyson. Nigga, y'all could have got me to play Mike Tyson. Huh? Look at me. I could have played Mike Tyson easily. I once got paid $13, $14 for taking a picture with a woman so they could lie and say I was Mike Tyson. But the nigga they got to play Mike Tyson, the nigga look like a nigga named Michael, but not Mike Tyson. Let me see, Mike Tyson didn't even approve of that shit. Come on, man. That's crazy. How you, I guess somebody must own his image and likeness. He must have signed something with somebody own a portion of his image and likeness, because if it was up to me and I was Mike Tyson, hell nah. Man, it may even be good, but I don't like those biopics when they just don't even match the character up to the actual person. Like, man, there's so many Doppelgänger. How you say it? Doppelgängers. There's so many Doppelgängers. How you say it? Doppelgänger. Drop. One of them pack niggas. There's so many Doppelgängers. Like, you know the Doppelgänger. I'm saying, ain't not Mike Tyson. Yeah, that's Mac. Yeah, that's Mac Thompson. Yeah, eating on a motherfucking McDouble. Nigga look like, nah, but I'm just trying to say a big word, Doppelgänger. Y'all know what that is? Huh? I don't want to say the small word. I want to say the big word. Yeah, Doppelgänger. I don't know. Let me see. Boy, you smart. How you say that shit? Doppelgänger. Doppler, man, I can't say that shit. That shit sound like a spell. But yeah, so many twins. Like, there's so many people walking around. Like, I seen a nigga today with my face. They look alike. Exactly. I seen a nigga today with my face, like great business. I seen an old fat ass nigga look like he probably about 60 years old, still trucking, 60 something. He's bad built in a motherfucker. I think I'm fat. That nigga was struggling. That nigga was, hey, listen, everywhere that nigga was going, that nigga was holding on to some shit. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was shit. That nigga, man, that nigga was walking, holding on to the whole thing. That nigga was holding on to the wall. That nigga had to lean on me. You know what I'm saying? That nigga had to lean on some shit everywhere he was walking. But when he turned around and spoke to me, that nigga had my face. I'm talking about same kind of looking little beard and shit. Same. I'm like, damn, old fat ass nigga, you look like me. Huh. I wonder if that was me. Man, that could have been me, man. Yeah, man. But hey, man, thanks for coming to the Trillcast, man. This your boy, Hezeleo. It is what it is. Gonna be what it gonna be. They gonna do what they gonna do. Know what I'm talking about, man? Yeah, man. Yeah, hey, like we always do around this time. It's always long little pimp and Mama West. Free young pimp is going down. Visit Trillgear.biz. Hit the GoFundMe link, man. Just do it high and go and keep it trill, man. It's your boy.